AKA Patters, what's happening? Yeah, kind of busy today reading the Easter story by Marvel Comics. This actually might be a video. I love comics like this. I love historical based comics. What are we doing? I know I keep promising, right? I keep promising that I'm going to be working on Transformers, and spent the morning, worked out like a good run in this, going all the way to the attack in the city. We got like Bone Crusher here, so we Bone Crusher's decapitation. Kind of got to the point where I can just draw some like character portraits too. So we are getting there. I will be working on this sketchbook at all times, but sometimes when I sit down, I kind of want to get things out of my head, and sometimes you just gotta draw Mojo the dog. You gotta just work on Mojo, people. Let's see though. I am trying to. I don't think I have any of these marked. All of these could be good ones. All right, people. Yeah, just drawing Mojo the dog. If you guys don't know Mojo the dog, right? He's from the Witwicky household. The dog with the cast, the dog with the bling. But a lot of my art materials are just still scattered all over the place. But let's just work on Mojo just for a little bit. Mojo from Transformers. Here we go. And that's what Mojo looks like. So that's what we're gonna be working on. If you like it or not. Another beautiful day here in Philly too. Holy crap. I will be out and about when we're done with this video for sure. In hopes to make everything. What am I saying? To be back in time for WrestleMania. Hey, get yourself an artist that can draw animals, right? Draw animals freehand, might I add. Good barrier, good gauge. Yo, Troll, what's up, dude? Sorry, Troll, just blacking out there for a little bit. Yeah, not much, dude. I'm working on Mojo from the Transformers movie, the dog that's addicted to the painkiller pills. If you're not familiar with the plot points of the original 2007 Transformers, but yeah, just kind of blacking out, do my meditative illustration zone, getting in there. But I might just jump to Frenzy. He's the one that hacks into Air Force One. It's a crazy design too. But again, like with the sketchbook, we're working on the human characters, but we're working on everything from the movie, not just sticking to Transformers. And again, like I will always remind people, like we're doing this to grow, uh, just to grow. Like so, picking a subject like a movie and forcing yourself to kind of go through the movie and draw the characters and some of the scenes and vehicles and environments. Dude, great lessons, great way to grow. So we're all about that here, dude. And thanks for hanging out too. Thanks for your YouTube comments, dude. I got another video coming today. If you're not familiar with some of the stuff that's been happening with Marvel Comics and Marvel Entertainment, uh I got a little bit of like perspective on that. I just think there's been another round of bad commentary, so be on the lookout. Here we go. Here we go. I mean, we're getting there. It's like now we're getting it to the point where I can walk away from it. Here we go. So again, always, dude. I feel bad. I'm sorry. I'm not doing hardly enough commentary right now. I just got a lot on my mind. I'm just kind of trying to mentally work through a couple things as I'm drawing, and then hoping to be clear for all of WrestleMania Day 2 tonight. So I apologize, guys, but again, too, like brushwork, I will always remind people how important brushwork is, and practicing brushwork and kind of just getting like be able to get your vision, like just the way you use your eyes when it comes to positive and negative space. It's an optical illusion, and you have to be able to see things. So, blurring your eyes a little bit, squinting your eyes a little bit, it is that's a part of the formula. So, so here we go. We got Mojo rocking and rolling over here. And let's hope. See, we're going to do some brown, right? We're going to do some Mojo brown, Mojo rising. Yeah, dude. Those are fantastic. So just like a little. I mean, we're talking about one of these, right? No. Are we talking about one of these, Troll? If we are, I know there's a couple different types of epitagraphs. Like, as of some of them are refillable, some of them are not. I kind of want to blast this with a green undertone also. Like, I want green to kind of run throughout this entire piece. Oh, but and are those refillable? Let me know how those are. Like, I guess you just told me, right? Like, the lines are good. I have to try those then. I'm always looking for a little bit of an edge when it comes to things that are either portable or not too expensive, and or different. So a part of the trick with colored pencils here is, if we're talking rapidographies and we're talking kind of cross hatching and really trying to find the value of things, like if when you get good enough for cross hatching, you can cross hatch everything. So I'm to the point where I like cross hatching with my colored pencils, and I build on what I established with the line work. And in a way, I'm working through addition and not subtraction. Yeah. It doesn't. Yeah, that's the way these are. And I'll be honest with you, cleaning these is useless. Throughout the years, I will save more time just buying new ones. And I know they're between 25 and 35 a pop, depending on how and where I get them. But I kind of respect my time so much more now than before. And I don't, I don't waste my time trying to clean them. But that doesn't mean the ones you have aren't cleanable. I think that's just something that they advertise, that a lot of places advertise, and it's like they're gotcha. And like the idea that they're washable. Like kind of like like washable markers and things like that. It's like you buy them because you think you're getting a additional like you're kind of going to be saving money because you can clean it. But I say fuck it. I'd rather save the time at this point. Look at Mojo here, rocking and rolling. Who out there says I can only draw superheroes? Come on, right? Look at that. Troll, are you pumped for Mania? Dude, I can't wait. I cannot wait for that, for Roman Cody, dude. I think it's going to be a huge upset. I think they have it in the cards, so to speak. And I think kind of with the Usos tanking last night, I think they're just setting things up. And they have to. They kind of have to also move on a little bit from Roman. Like, I don't know. Like, what's the tea leaves say? Are people sick of Roman? I'm not connected to it enough to know if that's true or not. But that's just my quick take. Here we go. Yeah. The point. I like 0.8, dude. I like 0.8. Yeah, I'm always between like like this one is like 0.7 here. Yeah, it's good. It's good to know your sweet spot. Yeah, Roman Cody is going to be lit, dude. And I know some people online, they were kind of saying that Cody lost some of his momentum, but I think people buy him. Yeah, like they buy him as a face, and that doesn't mean he can't turn heel, because I think Cody can do both. And I also feel like that's a little bit of the story, because WrestleMania is as much about the stories than anything. And I just feel like people accept the story of Cody. Like, it's like he's almost like what people want to see the CM Punk like to do. Like, but people just got sick of Punk. And but people just like the idea of someone succeeding in another company and returning. Like, like that's a very popular thought. And I think people would have accepted CM Punk to kind of pop. Period. Like, CM Punk returning would have been like that would have been like a heavyweight storyline, like, for sure. Like, in 2 seconds that would have been hyped and would have got people going. But it's interesting how Cody kind of like took that role. And I don't know what is happening with CM Punk now, though. Like, they're so like he's like, you can kind of say like potentially his attitude and press like caught up to him. Like, I don't think people are excited for him as they once were. Like, they've kind of moved on. All right, so what we'll do here is let's add some green. Let's get some green in here. And I may take a little bit of a walk while this dries. Maybe. We'll see. Here we go. See, the reason why you gotta let it dry is because you really have to be aggressive with the water here, just so you get like the right type of bleeding. See, like, sometimes when you back it off just enough, you really get something. And what is it like? What color is his bling? It's like blue, right? It's like turquoise. So maybe we can. Let's see here. What do we have when it comes to turquoise? Right here, maybe? Right here. Maybe this green. Like maybe there, right? Like that's a little bit, it's almost kind of like a Tiffany blue almost. Bingo. That's all we needed. And then, yeah, we can erase a little bit though. Troll, great to see you though, dude. Like I always, you've quickly become one of my absolute favorites. There we go. Just looking around I don't have anything to grab to work on. Otherwise, I would do that. There we go. Yeah. Oh well, thanks, dude. Yeah. I mean, look, I kind of also just like kind of on a like personal note. I feel like I kind of just feel like I'm just on a mission. Like I just really feel like the some of the videos I make, some of the topics I hit, and when I hit them, how I hit them. I just feel like no one's doing it. I gotta do it. Type attitude, and like when you realize that, when you realize you're maybe the only one hitting certain topics a particular way, kind of a potentially more thoughtful, truthful, like honest way. Like it is, dude. Like it's so much more motivating and satisfying. And it's weird too, because it's just there's so many of these like in between topics, we'll call them, like some of the day-to-day ones, and people just miss or ignore. Like everyone kind of like repeats one another, which I don't mind. Like like because you kind of have to do it because that's a good way to see what people are paying attention to. But everyone just repeats what everyone else is saying, and then it's just like a flood of the same thing, and it's deceptive. Yeah, yeah. It's not the Taco Bell dog, Ithky. It's Mojo from Transformers 2007. But yes, it is the Taco Bell dog though. But this is Mojo. And I'm just waiting for a little bit of this piece here to dry. I mean, I guess I can just pat it, right? Always have paper towels. Even if you're strictly just digital, always be around paper towels. So we're done with this. But let's jump to Frenzy right here. Frenzy is a tough one. You guys can see Frenzy, just looking at Frenzy, you can see the level of work. Frenzy, Transformers movie. I'll show you guys what he's supposed to look like. He's the one that hacks into Air Force One. And I'm just kind of maybe doing like a modified pose of this render of him. It's tough because getting a look, see, like that's what his face looks like. Like getting a good enough look at some of these Transformers is so freaking tricky. It really is. But let's get into it. Let's just go. I do love his eyes. So he's got these like 4 eyes that are just fucking like super like alien and just in their like like not design, but just be like just from them being there. Like just the idea that he'll have eyes like this. It's just too much fun. Like there's just so many interesting designs when it comes to these guys. I'm gonna make these like cool and like blue and kind of like shooting their own reflection. Just kind of like my isms, like the AKA pad way of like drawing. Like it's not just action. It's like I just look at it. It's like emotion. It's like we're drawing like a feeling. See, like even that is just like a little bit. So here too, like I kind of missed. Maybe not. I don't know, dude. Michael Bay is again like I always defend him. I think people who have never made movies like to crap on them. I think it's criticizing Michael Bay is just like a low hanging fruit internet like opinion, right? But like it doesn't mean he's above criticism, and it doesn't mean there's not things that like mistakes that he's made in some of his movies. But people forget he was like the youngest filmmaker with the biggest budget at one time with Armageddon. Like Armageddon really was this projected blockbuster like masterpiece from inception. And like I still think that movie's there. I think that movie holds up. That movie is like Armageddon is just incredible. But then again, like so is The Rock. So many people like The Island, and I never I was never like warmed up to that movie. I don't know why. I could never just like sit down and enjoy it. But I know a lot of people that love The Island. And people forget, man. Like this guy directed like 5 straight giant Transformer movies. Like no one's done that when it comes to the consistency of a blockbuster. Like no one's even come close. So that I can sit down all day and just make Michael Bay arguments. I'm ready for it. There we go. Yeah, just get some of that blue. Those the cool things, right? Like the selling points, we'll call it. Oh, I see. I see a Cameron cut. Yeah, like that's a funny script, and why hasn't Marvel adapted that script? Like, how come Marvel Comics hasn't done a James Cameron Spider-Man graphic novel based on the script by James Cameron? Like, where is that? Yeah, I think right. Like, wouldn't I sell? I would buy it. Yeah, dude, I think it's there. Like Cameron too is just one of those guys that uh he's just like too good. He's a genius. He's creatively he's there. He's at the top of his field, and he's been doing the top for like a long time. He's an institution in that business in Hollywood. Like what Cameron did and the way how he worked, like worked his career, we'll say. Again, it's the stuff of legend. But I am big on Cameron, though. I don't think Cameron can do anything wrong, and I don't think he has. Right? Like I can't think. Like what's Cameron's worst movie? I'm trying to think. Right? Like True Lies is good. Right? We get the Terminators, so they're good. Right? The Abyss is good. Now I realize the Abyss may not be everyone's like cup of tea, but it is solid science fiction. Like period. And True Lies, dude. True Lies is so effing good. The music too. I love the music for True Lies. All right. I mean, that's tough to see. Fatal Dude, Fatal J, Fatal. I owe you. I know I owe you a couple comment responses. Dude, I'm so sorry because you like kind of recently when I've been commenting on some of the stuff on YouTube. If someone's like jumping down my throat or coming after me, I try and get to those ones first, and yours keeps getting pushed down. I apologize so much, bud. Wait a minute, Fatal J, I missed that. So they I guess they did Witchblade issue 1. Dude, Michael Turner, do I have it here? Wait a minute. Dude, I'm not joking, Fatal J. Give me one. I may have cycled it just for the sake of. Yeah, son of a gun. I don't have it here. Yeah, that's a video right there, dude. That's a video right there. I have a stack of Turner comics, and I was just going through his ballistic wetworks, what she did before Witchblade. The art for that is beyond top tier. Yeah, dude. You know what? Thank you for the Jay. Thanks, bud. That's coming up. I can promise you. Unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, like I said too, and it's not like it's. I've never. It's. I get that. My videos and the titles and the, like the selling aspect of some of my videos for kayfabe. Like I understand. Like it comes off as if I'm trashing them wholly, okay? But I've always said, dude, that like they do good, but at the same time, it's like I'm not sure what their angle is and what their position. Like like it just seems like they're, I don't know, dude. Like they're just Arne Johnson of so many of these creators. With the sheer fact that they come on the show. Or things like, like even Jeff Darrow, which, again, amazing legend, but, he's not selling comics right now. Like I get it. The guy worked with Frank Miller. He worked on the Matrix. Big Guy and Rusty, Hardboiled, Endless Legend. Okay. But he's not selling comics. So it's not a big deal if he's drawing your, like, doing your alternate cover or something. But there is another big one for K-Fake dropping this week. And then, yeah, dude, like I may jump on that Turner for sure. I got another April O'Neil one coming too, guys. Yeah, ballistic, yeah, dude, yeah, that ballistic is so hardcore. K-Fake, yeah, it's like even if you watch that Pittsburgh keynote that they do in Pittsburgh, it's just like, dude, like Ed Piskor's like trying to drop these like retailer names. He's dropping retailer names to a room full of retailers, and there's like no reaction. And he's trying to sell the idea that, hey, like we know about retailers. Here's a bunch of names. And it comes off as so disingenuous, and kind of desperate that they're just trying to get like a level of validation. And that's really what I think is their position. I think they want validation and they want to edit their own line They want to have their own line at Marvel. Which I don't know why you would. Like, I don't know why you would want to do anything right now at Marvel. Right? I mean, like, what can you salvage at current Marvel? At current Marvel? Yeah, character and artist. Okay, guys, here we go. You ready? The one that I always go to. I always talk about this. I talk about this so much. I've never did any videos. I don't know why. His name's Jose Ladron, and he did a run of Cable with Joe Casey. And what they did was they did like a cosmic Kirby adventure with Cable going through like the Marvel universe. He interacts with a lot of Marvel guys in this run, and they were building everything up. They were building everything up to issue 75. So, like, look, we're at 54 here. They were building into issue 75 to be the Cable Apocalypse Showdown. And Liefeld came on right at the end to save the book because they were dipping in sales and to do that. And, like Rob Liefeld did come in and boost sales. So Liefeld came back to Cable, did what he does, but just he's drawing Kirby, but he's not, and he's pulling in like other storytelling elements. The presentation of this is like, I would compare a lot of it to Steve Rude, because Steve Rude again pulls in Kirby but adds better storytelling, if that makes that's my absolute favorite, like, bar none, dude. Yeah, same here. Do you really troll? I had them, and I'm not, like, I got rid of them. I did. I had Cable 1 through, like, miniseries 1, 2, monthly 1 through 75, and dude, I got rid of them. From my great comic book purge that I am quite proud of, because you have to be a little nutty to throw out the amount of books that I tossed. Like, no joke. I threw out maybe like 20 long boxes years ago and had to move on. And part of it too was like, I had too much, and I didn't know enough. I didn't know what I had. And at that point, it was this is pre-COVID boom. Comics were so cheap too, so I just said I'll just buy everything again. Like, fuck it, I'm sure I'll pay for a few of them, but just And what I do now is, I don't know, like, I'm more interested in doing veins. Like, I just worked out a deal for Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, and like, the channel's going to be doing Guardians. I'm still on Black Panther. I want to wrap up Black Panther, and like, I just get so into delving. Like, you guys kind of saw it with my Shazam rollout, where I get so into what happens with one idea through time, and then when things are like good, you have this like continuity run. And Shazam and Black Panther really never had that type of run, but characters like Cable, Wolverine, Captain America have. So when you go into a Shazam or a Black Panther, there's really kind of like a handful of landmark ideas to present. And dude, like, I love that so much. And the idea that, I'm kind of like rebuilding my collection through the channel and sharing it. Dude, like, I love it so much. I really do. I would do videos all freaking day. You know, like I would just do videos and live streams all day. But dude, I'm like upset about that Witchblade Turner trashing. Because dude, he even the Witchblade Tomb Raider is freaking legit. The work he did for the Top Cow Devil's Reign Marvel crossover, some of his issues for that, which was Elektra Witchblade, like amazing. Yeah, he is the blueprint. He's look. I'll say this when it comes to Kirby, Fatal. Kirby's the blueprint when you understand Kirby. He's it's not Kirby's not helpful if you don't. Sorry, I'm just bringing up some quick reference here. Yeah, Kirby's confusing unless you kind of see what he was trying to do, and you kind of have to see what his contemporaries were doing. The best way to understand Kirby is to really you have to go into his entire work, and you have to be aggressive about it. Like luckily, like when I was growing up, there wasn't a lot of Kirby reprints. Like there really wasn't. Like New Gods was a black and white reprint. Think about that. So today you can really delve into his entire history and not spend a lot of money. And even some of his originals. And I do recommend getting some originals of anything you're studying comic wise, just to see what the printing solutions were at the time. It just gives you a deeper understanding. Doesn't help you draw better though. Just gives you a little bit more of an understanding. All right, let's get some of the. We need some. Like maybe we can do like a light blue here. This guy's design is so nuts. But Kirby really is like he's everything and nothing at the same time. Because there's other influences, there's other things to track down, like kind of veins to tap into that aren't Kirby. But I think when people emulate Kirby the right way, and it's almost like view that as a experiment. I think it works on such a high level, and mostly because it's the artwork is fun and inviting. Like that's a big thing. Like artwork should be inviting to people. You should be invited to look at it, to read it. There we go. I mean, he's coming together here, guys. Trust me. Oh no way, dude! That's great. What a score, troll! What a score! Yeah, like it's kind of funny that they didn't push the legacy of Kirby more with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and but at the same time, it's like I don't think people were expecting Stan Lee to kind of get this like bump, like like just the overall like attention that Stan Lee got with those Marvel movies, really unexpected, right? Like just it's not like like Stan Lee and co engineered that, because I don't think you can engineer something like that, but they definitely rode the wave as it was cresting. But I also feel like if Kirby was alive, I do feel like we would have had him reconcile everything with Stan Lee. According to Stan Lee, if you read some of his books, the biographies about him, there's so many of them now. Like they kind of talk about that. They talk about like Kirby and Stan Lee being on somewhat even terms after a while, and they were okay with one another. And I get it, like people like this idea of them being at each other's throats or being rivals to a extent, and like that's fun too. That's a part of the lore, that's a part of the storytelling, but that's also too it's like this other idea I have with kayfabe is there's so many biographies of Stan Lee that refute, like multiple Stan Lee authors have refuted a lot of these Jack Kirby claims, and kayfabe just wants to. They keep leaning into pro Kirby. Kirby's a little bit of a cult with them, and they're anti Stan Lee. Very odd, like, and that's really why, like, I don't know how I can get excited to read, the new Tom Coley one, but I also felt like his Kirby one was just like very flaccid. I really did. Yeah, like I get excited if it's a storyline or something that I'm not like truly familiar with, and I get the trade or the hardcover. I do prefer hardcovers versus trades. Because I just want the hardcover to stick around longer. I'll do that. But then it's like, for example, if you read like Dark Knight Returns enough or Watchmen enough, you get curious about how it was presented. Like, like you just get curious about like what did those original issues feel like? What am I missing? So, like it's good to go back and forth, but I'm always story first. Like I will find a way to read anything as quickly as possible. Like I don't care if it's digital, whatever. When I get excited and want to read something, I go crazy. Yeah, I mean, like Larson is more of the Kirby child more than anything, especially like post Dragon 100, where he did those like Thor issues where Dragon was like with the Savage Dragon universe of Thor or universe version of Thor, and they were doing a lot of the like Kirby grids. Like Larson's good for that. Like so Larson will do like he'll do this. Like he'll like that's the Kirby grid, right? Like Kirby kind of only but and I do that too. Like I always say like when you're drawing, like you should be able to tell the story here and still make it crazy and exciting. Larson is a part of that school for sure. Yeah, I mean, like how you botch the Eternals like that though. Like that's like you want to talk about like Hollywood hacking something. You have to talk about that. Like, geez, like what I like. Am I like an old like a curmudgeon, like the Grinch? Just when I talk like that, because I don't understand how you get the Eternals and you just kind of say, "Hey, like this works, like this is good. We trust you, director." And you're looking at the concept artwork and seeing the designs, and you're just like, the Eternals was a little bit more like crazy and lit and definitely exciting looking. Like Eternals was more excitable. Like you could look at it and you get curious and you kind of want to see it. I don't get the I really don't get it. Like, and it's not like I didn't give that movie a shot. I also predicted on my podcast that the Eternals movie without the comic book connection does have a chance to resonate, just because it's like the weird god stuff. It does carry on, like it really does. And movies that are like a movie like Zardoz, I compared it to. It's a great example of the second life some of these movies can get for sure. So But here we go. Frenzy. Frenzy, maybe the most confusing and hardest Transformer from the movies to now. And I am curious. There's a Art of Eternals book that I kind of want to get into that because I'm really curious of some of their decisions. Yeah, right. And wasn't Thanos originally in that as a flashback? And how do you not put Thanos in that movie? Like, what is like when people act like Feige cannot make a bad choice? Like he's made nothing but bad choices since Infinity War. Like Infinity War. I mean, I know people love Endgame, but Endgame destroyed everything. Like took away characters. No one liked Captain Marvel. No one liked Phase 4. Like what one Spider-Man movie? Like that was nostalgia bait. Like that's what have you done for me recently? Legacy of Feige. And why aren't more people discussing that? Well, I am. So there. We do it. We do it here, guys, because we care. So I'm just like looking at this. I do like to like the some of the designs for these guys are just like the deadliest possible looking thing. And like I'm all for it, dude. I'm all for these Decepticons just looking just like like you don't mess with them. Like just touching them, you're going to cut yourself. Like there's something cool about that. Yeah, and part of like a lot of these live streams too. The intent of these live streams, I've been doing them for a while. Like right, like we got like a little bit of a history at this point. But I like the idea of people like they might discover me when I'm criticizing something or discussing something that they don't agree with, and like I kind of want some of these like detractors, we'll call them defactors or detractors. Am I saying that right? Like the idea that I can kind of sit down and create myself. Like I'm kind of hoping that gives my opinions a little bit more gravity. That I'm not just like this online hater, coming after people. Like I'm in the mix. Like I can just sit down and draw like all fucking like day, just like them. Yeah. Yeah, getting back. Like it's just like seeing this comment again, it just gets me like very angry. Just like, God damn it. Like I don't understand why you don't lean into Kirby. While those movies were like taken off. Like even with the Captain America movie, where like Stan Lee's in the Captain America movie, like he has the cameo, and like he's got nothing to do with that, with the creation of Captain America, right? Like, I mean, he helped bring the character back in a big way, like comic book wise. But it's really weird, And then people were like all about, like Stan Lee kind of was getting his own like super fandom. Like people were Stan Lee like fanatics, and they would defend him like day and night. And then it just kind of went away for whatever reason. Like with his elder abuse, like everyone ran away from him. All right, I think we're going to call it though, right? But it's like, should we do some splatter? Should we do some splatter? And you guys know the answer to that is we always do splatter. So get yourself a toothbrush. Let's do some cool splatter. And the splatter just helps like re-blur things, get things looking a little bit looser. And it's so much fun when you're flipping through the sketchbook and you get that texture, just a little bit of that raised level that the acrylic gives you. Like there's like a textile feature to it. All right, people, aka Patters, dude, you guys, too many of you showed up randomly on a Sunday fun day too, so bravo. All right, guys, let me get going. Let me get some of this daylight into my bloodstream a little bit.